Hi guys, welcome back. So we are still looking at revising financial math, right? So we looked at how to answer questions that are based on the future value. Now we're going to try and move on into present value to try and see what are the different questions that we can get there. And I promise you, the next question that we are going to do, it does not look like it is present value, but it is a very interesting way of looking at what present value is. So let's just have a look at it. So the formula that we use to calculate the present value annuity is normally the P is equals to X into 1 minus open bracket 1 plus I all to the exponent of minus n divided by I. You know, you don't need to memorize or cram this formula, right? You just need to know when to use it because it is there in the information sheet. And then P is normally the balance outstanding because that's the money that you took as a loan. So that's the balance that is outstanding, or a bond or a hire purchase in terms of buying a car. And then X will be the value of the installments, N will be the number of the repayments, I will be the interest rate as a decimal. You know, it's the same thing with the future value. It only differs with the formula itself and the letter P to mean present value. Now, let's read this question. William receives an amount of 2 million upon his retirement, right? It's a lot of money, but when you are retiring, it might be very little. And then he invests this amount immediately after getting this money at an interest of 9.3% per annum, and this is compounded on a monthly basis. He then needs an amount of a very expensive current lifestyle, that is the amount of 35,000 per month in order to maintain his livelihood. He plans to withdraw the first amount by the end of the first month, right? For how many months will he be able to live from this investment? Now, let's quickly analyze what is happening here. Present value is all about the money you get now, right? It's all about the money you are getting now in order to settle it or to make it become from hero to zero, right? Just to make a typical example, from hero to zero, meaning from a very large amount of money to zero. That's how a loan works. You borrow money, it's a lot of money that you borrow. It doesn't really matter how much you borrow. But at the end of the loan, you must be at zero balance in terms of that particular loan. So even with this, it's the same concept, right? It's like a loan that this person is getting from their retirement fund, right? They're getting 2 million. And they say, instead of me just having it in my account and trying to eat it as little by little to use it in order to maintain my lifestyle, let me put it in an investment account and then I withdraw from the investment account on a monthly basis. So what is this doing? It is going to make him move from having 2 million. After 1 year, it will roughly be less than the 2 million, but because it's gaining interest, it will make it a bit better. But after, let's say, maybe 10 years, you will think this person will have zero balance in the bank, right? Because every time you withdraw something, they recalculate the interest on the balance that's remaining. So this is present value, although it does not talk about loan or bond. So I'm just trying to show you. The other example, by the way, is if you get a bursary. If you get a bursary from any company or from the government or from however you get the bursary that takes you to school for higher education, that bursary, they say, we're going to give this person 100,000 for the first year. That's a loan. It works the same way as a loan. Why? Because you get 100,000 now, at the end of the year, it's going to be zero. And that's how a loan works. Whereas future value, you move from zero to hero. So you start with nothing, pay regularly until you get to something big. So it's a very interesting way of you looking at present value. I just thought if we were to squeeze this in, it will give you an idea of how else they can ask you about present value. So to solve this, I will then say my P is 2 million, X is the monthly payment. It's the same as like monthly payment, but it's actually a monthly withdrawal of 35,000. N will be what we are trying to find. We know the interest is compounded on a monthly basis. And therefore, I will then say P is equals to X into 1 minus 1 plus I to the exponent of minus N, all of this divided by I. And then I know this is 2 million, 1, 2, 3, equals to 35,000, 2, 3, 1 minus 1 plus, the interest will be 0,093 divided by 12 to the exponent of negative 12, n, because we're going to multiply that by 12, right, since it's compounded monthly. And then it will be 0,093 divided by 12. Then we go straight to the calculator. From there now, I'm just going to do it all at once on the calculator. Firstly, it will be 200,000, which is 2 million, and then multiply this by the fraction, which is 0,093 divided by 12. This will give us 15,500. Then I'm going to divide this by the 35,000. I'm just performing the calculation that you will normally be doing as you are writing down, right? I'm just doing it all at once because going from calculator to the board is a bit of a problem. And then I will have that much, and then with this much, I will then say 1 minus this answer, which will give me that. So this will be 39/70. So it means now I am left with 1 plus 0,093 over 12 to the exponent of minus 12. N is equals to, I think it was 39/70. But I will just verify for you now. Yes, 39/70. Then from here, this will be negative 12. N is equals to a log of the base, which is 1 plus 0,093 divided by 12. And here I will have my 39/70. And I want to find this, what the answer is there. Before we quickly do that, we need to find out. Remember they said how many months. So that means we do not need to convert what we are going to get here into years after we get it. So this is going to be the log of, down here it will be 1 plus 0,093 over 12. That's my base. And in there, it's going to be the answer, which is the same as 39/70. And that's going to give me a negative number, but I'm going to divide that by negative. That is on the left, so I'm just going to get 75 months. So this is then going to be 75 months that this person is going to live off this thing. So if you're looking at 75 months, you know 36 months is like 3 years, another 36 months, you know. So 60 months is like 5 years, and then an additional 13 months, because this is on a 75, an additional 15 months. And that's how long the person is going to live off this amount. So after 75 months, the balance in his investment will be 0. And that's the whole point of present value. So I really, really hope this is giving you an idea of how else we can ask you to try and use the present value formula. But for now, I want us to take a quick ad break, and I'm going to be back with some more of the present value questions that we're going to do together. So please stay tuned. I'll be back just now.